often should I be meeting with my direct reports, the people that report directly to me? I've got some people that they want to talk to me all the time. They always seem to be coming to me with a question or a comment or want to talk about something. And sometimes, frankly, it can be, can distract my productivity. Other times, I've got people who I don't know if they ever want to talk to me. Maybe they just aren't the type that are comfortable communicating or starting the conversation, or maybe they feel like they think I don't want to be interrupted or take the time. So all sorts of different situations. And, it's situations where you've got people that are motivated. Other times people aren't motivated. In all those cases, communication is really important. And also managing your time as a manager. So what are some tools that are available to help you manage your time and also be effective communicating with your direct reports? Well, my favorite is the one-on-one meeting. So the one-on-one meeting has got some characteristics. First is how often to have it. Strongly recommend, and this is primarily for office workers, manufacturing line workers, other types of workers like that, probably going to be handled a little bit differently. But for office type workers, professionals, office jobs, once a week is a really good amount. If you let it go 2 and 3 weeks, you can really, get off course by the time you get back together and talk. How long? 30 minutes. Strongly recommend 30 minutes for everything, but either the most senior managers or perhaps those line workers, we might do shorter meetings for them. 30 minutes is a really good balance for most professionals. 30 minutes once a week, and put it on the calendar. If you don't put it on the calendar, odds are really high it doesn't happen. Let's meet Tuesday morning. Great. Tuesday morning comes, I've got a couple things. Can you meet this afternoon? Yeah, sure. Tuesday afternoon. I'm tied up right now. Tomorrow. And the next thing you know, of course, it's 3 weeks later and you still haven't had your meetings. So put it on the calendar. 30-minute meetings once a week. It's on the calendar. And now, what do we talk about? What's the structure of this meeting? We just kind of get together and hang out? Not what I'd suggest. The meeting is about listening to the direct report. At least the first 10 minutes, you want to hear what they've got to say. Well, they didn't have much to say, so we just moved on to my part. No. It doesn't work that way. You want to ask them questions. What's on your mind? Questions. It's not advice in question form. It's questions that draw them out. How can I help? What's going on? How's this project going? That project? And sometimes sitting quietly and giving them a chance to respond. Maybe they need a moment to think about things, but draw them out. And you want to listen. You want to write down what they're saying. These are all important things. And you want to listen to whatever issue they've got. Their dog is sick. They had an argument with their spouse. They are upset at a coworker. Whatever it might be, all those things impact their performance. And that's important to you as a manager. As a manager, you want them to be productive. You want them to get things done. And on a timely basis, the right order, the priority, all those things. The priority for you is to listen and understand. You're trying to build the relationship. Sometimes you might have some ideas, great. But the priority is listening to really understand. You're not jumping in there and say, I know the answer. This isn't school. This is building a relationship. That relationship builds trust. That trust is going to serve you well and help shape their behavior, which impacts their performance, which drives the result you want as a manager. So this is really one-on-one. Okay, so we've spent 10 minutes. We've asked questions. We've taken notes. We've really listened. We understand. Excellent. And if it goes to 15 minutes, that's fine. Taking all 30 minutes, typically we don't want to do that. So now what do we do? Well, now it's your turn as the manager. There's several things that you might want to accomplish. One is if you've set some kind of personal KPI, a measure of their activity, of their productivity. How many reports have you completed a week? What's your billable hours? Whatever the metric might be, understand it, know what the number is, and feel free to discuss it. You're what's going on. Well, story, whatever the reason might be. But talk about that number. What's their number? Then what are your to-dos? Things that have previously been assigned to that person. Have they been completed? Are they on track? Do we need to talk about them? What support do I need to give you? What resources do I need to give you to be able to get these things done that have been assigned to you? And then new issues. You want to bring up, hey, here's some new things that are happening. Priorities have changed. I've got another project. I've got another client, whatever it might be. And then at the end, not every time, but every couple months, 2-3 months, certainly every quarter, checking in on their career. Are they developing? Are they getting the education, doing what it takes, the experience to move to the next level so that their career can progress? Do they need training? Where do we get that training? It may not be you, it may be other resources. So helping them with their career also helps them know that they're valued, that they have a way to move forward in your organization. So those are some of the key aspects of the one-on-one. The reasons you do one-on-one, several. One is to manage your time more effectively. If you can have these meetings scheduled, planned, everybody knows they're going to happen, you can take notes during the week and say, oh, I need to talk to my direct report about this and that. And so you can have a specified time, do them in batches, much more efficient. Same thing, your employee can save up questions, knowing that they're going to have a time to discuss them. So managing your time and the employee's time more effectively is one thing. Another is building that relationship. Communication, understanding, listening builds the relationship, builds trust, and is a basis for having them change their behavior over time. And then administratively, by taking notes in each meeting, saving those notes, if there is ever an employment issue, there's a raise, there's not a raise, there's a discrimination, there's a termination, whatever it might be, having those notes gives you ammunition for whatever situation comes up, and you're better able to defend yourself, justify your actions administratively. So that's also a value. So one-on-ones have a number of valuable aspects to them. So do your one-on-ones, take notes, and reap the advantages. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.